Welcome to the lounge. This is your host, Felicia Harding Williams. Some of y'all might remember this show. We've been doing it for the last year and a half. Every 6 months we'll have an episode. This episode is dedicated to the nonprofit organization that's here in Richmond. Today I have the motorcycle club called the JAG, who I have two of their members here with me today, and they're going to give you a little information about that group and all the things that they're doing to give back to the community, how they came about coming together, and how long they've been in business. So we have two of the members. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Tina Jackson. In the MC world, it's Allure.
And my name is Randy Bird. In the MC world, I'm known as Birdman.
Welcome to the lounge.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
I met the JAG at the Fairfield Community Center that you saw on the video. They was having a community outreach program. Could you tell me something about how y'all brought that all together? Because it was a lot of the policemen, the firemen, everybody kind of came together for that community.
Well, we kind of got together with another club that just recently started in the MC world, and the Wolf Spotters, and they reached out to us to include us in it. And we pretty much, whatever they need, we just bonded with them, and we just kind of reached out and put it together, as well as the ones that were in the tenant report.
So, Randy, you got something on that?
Sure. Our main focus with that was to give back to the children of the Fairfield Tennis Association there. What we focused on was taking care of the kids from age really 0 on up to age 10. And in doing so, we said, you know, you all can handle the adults. We'll do for the kids, which is why we went into it. We went and got 2 clowns. We had face painting for the children. We, of course, brought the DJ. And we purchased hot dogs and chips for the kids, as well as our special surprise was a bike, of course.
Right.
But the kids are too young for motorcycles, so we had to get them a bicycle.
Yeah, I think I got there when y'all was giving away the bicycle. I'm like, wow. Yeah. I know whoever got that bike was really excited.
She's very happy.
She's very happy.
Yes.
She is.
Yeah, she tried to bribe us, you know.
So how long have JAG, and what does JAG stand for, as a matter of fact?
Okay, well, just go. I'm sorry, go right
Okay, it
ahead.
stands for Jules and Gents Incorporated. So,
Oh, okay.
yes.
Right. Well, just to give you just a brief history on JAG, our club came together. We had 4 founders. I'm one of the founders, which of course they call me Birdman. But another founder was Diana Smith, also known as Cherokee, Marlo Andrews, known as Show Off, and Michelle Allen, known as Michelle A. What we did is we got together to form a group because we had all been in the biker world for quite a while, but we weren't in the club. Except, well, 2 of the members were in the club. But we wanted to get something together that's different, because we said that JAG would not stand for just another group.
Okay.
So we wanted to be different. And so we started back really in September of 2009 organizing things, getting the colors together, putting the bylaws together, and making sure that everything was in order to come into the biker world the correct way, so that we'd have no need for any problems within that particular genre. And by that time, in October of 2009, we had established a club.
Oh, wow.
And with our goal being kings and queens, which is why I brought one of our vests with us. You see the crown and tiara on the vest. Sure, I'll hold it up for you.
Yeah, so they can see it.
Can you see that?
Can we get a close-up on the vest?
All right. On the colors of the vest, we just wanted to make sure that we were viewed as royalty. Basically, which is why we have the crown and tiara on there to represent the royalty. And the royalty coming that we are God's children. Our motto, if you'll see it on all of our vests, is keeping it real. The actual true motto is keeping it real with God on our side, which is also why we have the royal purple and the royal blue as our main colors. Okay? And we strive to help others in any way possible. Again, we didn't want to just be riders in the motorcycle world, because there's a lot of clubs that just ride. We want to be different, and we want to make a difference in this world, which is why JAG continues to strive to do so.
Now, do JAG just do just the Fairfield? Y'all do go to all the different courses, or just all the community as a whole, or wherever y'all invited?
A little bit of both. The community as a whole, and also we had people invite us to actually lead rides or just to participate. So we do a lot.
Yes. y'all are a nonprofit organization.
That is correct.
And so I know how did y'all become, what made y'all decide to be nonprofit? I mean, to actually, might as well say legalize the word, because way back, the motorcycle gang had a sort of kind of reputation.
Right.
And now I've viewed and seen a lot of the motorcycle gangs now are going towards the more positive, the aspects of helping the youth more.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was our goal from the very beginning. Mm-hmm. When we got established in 2009, we were established as a nonprofit organization, meaning that we knew coming out the gate that we were going to help others. We weren't just going to ride, and want to be the difference of that, I guess, vision that people see as a gang versus a club.
Right.
We are a motorcycle club. And as such, we conduct our way in helping others. We ride, of course, but our goal is to help mankind in any way we possibly can. Not just children, women, or just men, but everyone that we can. And like I said, we started off with the spiritual goal of God being first in our club, which is why we started our own club. A lot of us found that we couldn't deal with the lifestyle of other clubs. So we had to figure out a way to find something that was going to be good for us. And so that's where JAG came from.
So and JAG is, and the good thing I'm hearing and I like about it is because JAG is God-based.
Absolutely.
Yes. And that's what we're all about. Being God-based, trying to get the youth into church and off of the street corners and stuff like that. Teaching them that you can get more out of church and God than you can out of the friends and the people of the world.
That's so true. And I mean, that's how we started, believe it or not. Our first activity that we had, once we got established in October of 2009, our first activity in April of 2010 was a bike blessing at Tabernacle Baptist Church in Petersburg, Virginia. So that was our very first activity.
Wow, Tabernacle Baptist Church. I've seen that. That's right down the street from the church that I'm presently going to, Trinity.
Okay, excellent.
Trinity, right there.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like back down there a lot because I've just taken over our youth ministry department down there.
Yeah.
So,
Now we are.
Yes, thank you.
Now we also did something extra that most clubs, and matter of fact, no other club has done. We, for the first 2 years of our existence, did a bikers revival.
A biker's revival.
A biker's revival.
I've never heard of a biker's revival.
That's exactly
how
we
did
did
y'all
it.
actually bring that?
Now that was tough, to be honest with you. We actually used, it was a week-long revival, just like your church revivals. It was exactly what it was. We had preachers, we had choirs, and we did it at 3 different churches. We started off at Tabernacle Baptist and stayed there for 2 days. Went to Second Baptist in Richmond, Virginia, stayed there for 2 days, and then ended at my church, Fifth Baptist on Carey Street. Okay. And ended there and on a Friday with a bike blessing again. And we did that for 2 years straight, trying to bring bikers to Christ. So that's something that we were based on, as well as in the beginning, as I said, our motto being keeping it real with God on our side. Every 5th Sunday, consistently, with all chapters of JAG, we worship together. Every 5th Sunday we worship together. So that's where our base comes from, and that's where we started building from there to move forward.
See, that's why the Spirit told me to have y'all to come and actually be on this show. So any other things that, how do people contribute to your organization?
You can, since we are a 501c corporation, you can indeed make donations to JAG. We actually ask people to come out and support us, basically. And what we do is any funds that we raise, we give those funds over to charities of different types.
Okay. Name some of the charities that y'all lost for.
Well, as I said, I had to write them down quite a bit. I had to write them down, in all honesty. But just as far as, I kind of broke it down into 2 segments, and we can talk in depth on any of it that you want to talk about. But we personally contribute to our work with the Sickle Cell Anemia Ride, which the Ladies of Elegance actually run that. And we always contribute with that. Not this past year, but the year before last, we were actually the ambassadors for that ride. We led the ride for the sickle cell anemia. Also, we've been constantly working with the Boys and Girls Club through the Tuskegee Airmen. And we think that's a grand ride to go on because it has such a good meaning to go. As well as, forgive me, Save the Tatas ride through Twice as Nice, which is friends of ours as well, MC. And it's for breast cancer awareness, of course. One of the things that we're proud of that we brought along with us is the ride for CRs, which is something that JAG put on. Now, there was a lot of work. That's Community Residents Incorporated.
Okay, that's what y'all was doing out in basically in Fairfield Court, right?
In a way, but this is a little bit different. It was a group ride that we put together. This group ride took place in October of 2013. But what we did, this ride was designed, these people have disabilities, okay? And so this ride is designed to help people with disabilities have independent living and support that they need so they can be part of the community, so they don't feel like they're disabled or handicapped. And so on that day we had an actual bike ride sponsored by JAG and the CR, or Community Residents Association, and also we ended up at Second Baptist here on off of Warwick, I think it was, and we had pony rides and we had all kinds of giveaways and everything. It was a beautiful grand affair. The only thing about it is it rained on that day, so riding in the rain wasn't fun, but it was a grand event nonetheless. Yeah. And that was one of the things that we did. Most recently I brought with us the MS ride. Now, this was not a motorcycle event, which again, we don't do motorcycle events all the time. Okay. But this was the 30th anniversary for the MS ride. And what it is a bicycle ride from Richmond to Williamsburg. And so kind of like a Tour de France. Okay, it was a 75-mile ride for the bicyclists. Some had a 100-mile route. And we trailed them. Us and a few other clubs trailed those bicyclists down to make sure they were okay, healthy, didn't need help, and safe, and blocked traffic for them. And that was a 2-day event. We were very proud to be participating in the 30th anniversary of that. And it made a big, huge difference. What was the gentleman's name that got us involved in that one?
Mr. Fields.
Mr. Fields from True Colors, MC.
True Colors.
Old club.
Okay.
They've been around a while.
A long time.
Yes.
Very, very long time.
Yes.
Right, and then again we keep going. It's a lot.
Just keep going.
As far as community outreach, which is where you found us in our community outreach phase, we've fed the hungry in Monroe Park. Okay. We've done that several times. We've done coat and blanket drives. We do Thanksgiving baskets, the Angel Tree projects. We do back to school drives, which you do that every year. We adopted Bouchard Middle School for that purpose. So every year we give to Bouchard Middle School for school supplies. And of course you met us doing the Fairfield Commons Tenant Association, okay? As well as the club does do donations. We've donated to the American Breast Cancer Association, the American Heart Association, the Feed More program, which is something that's been coming around that's really popular. We've done that. And it just goes, the list kind of goes on, but I wrote down just a few things. And like I said, there's a lot that's going on that we try to make a difference in.
You know, and I like the motorcycle gang, not gang, I'm sorry.
Club.
I apologize. The motorcycle club.
It's okay.
I mean, because y'all are doing so much, you know, and I know like myself, I didn't know half of what you're telling me that the motorcycle clubs are into. Because, you know, a lot of people, under the stereotype, they party, they hang out, you know, they have they ride down the middle of the highway blocking traffic.
And that's basically the image that has been portrayed for so long. They don't, a lot of people don't know the in-depth of what we actually do. It's not all about the partying or just hanging out. We actually have to get back to the community also. It's the only way we can earn that respect.
Yeah, that's true. Now we're going to open the phone lines, and so that people can call in, because I know there's a lot of people out there that has a lot more questions that I can possibly think of right now that will actually ask you, because like I said, this is like a whole new outlook of what a motorcycle club is really all about. You know, and the way y'all doing it now and how y'all portraying it now that's something that a lot of kids, a lot of parents would be thinking like, this may be something I might want my young kids to get into, be a part of a motorcycle club or something like that, that's going to give back and give positive influences and stuff. So, like I said, this show is called The Lounge, and my special guest today is JAG, the Jewels and Gentlemen's My Motorcycle Club. And the phone lines are being opened now. The number will appear at the bottom of your screen briefly. So once they put up the number, the phone lines, like I said, the phone lines are open and y'all can call anytime with any questions that y'all might have for my guests. So now, I really don't have a whole lot of questions to ask, because I'm just excited about y'all just getting all the information. I mean, anything you want to pour into me, because my goal with this series, the shows that I'm doing, is to help other people be aware of the different positive clubs and stuff that are out there for the youth. You know what I'm saying? Because our goal as a whole is to get the young people off the streets, back in school, back into a positive attitude. And my motto is, you don't have to, it isn't where you come from, it's where you're going.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
and if more adults would, help and try to encourage them, because young people have it hard these days.
Sure.
I'm an advocate for young people.
Absolutely they do.
But they have it so hard, and they're always put in boxes and stereotyped, and so to have groups like y'all just to come out and do that is, I thank you. I thank you for the youth of our communities, because they really need it. And like I said, y'all called in, and I'm quite sure the JAG has some more stuff they want to tell us.
Sure, there's plenty. There's plenty.
So, the floor is yours.
Okay. Well, just keep in mind that when we came about, we want to walk to a different sound. Our image of the motorcycle world was just like you thought. You party all the time, and you hang out, and all kinds of bedevilment that can happen. Which is, again, why we said we have to start something differently. Have to do things differently. Again, we didn't want to be just another group. We wanted to be JAG, Jules and Gents. And we were basically ladies and gentlemen. And conduct ourselves that way. And everywhere we go out, even when we went to parties, we always tried to conduct ourselves in a manner in which we were networking, to try to get other people on board with what our mindset was, as well as enjoying the atmosphere of the motorcycle world. And I always say there's two types of JAG members. There's old JAG and new JAG. Yeah, because our club ranges from 21 to about 72 in age. So there really is truly a young JAG and an old JAG. Okay.
I was always been fascinated with bikes, because I grew up, my dad drove a Harley.
Ah, great.
Yeah, so I think I was like 30 when I finally got my motorcycle learners.
Okay.
But that's as far as I went.
Oh.
I was kind of like scared. I ride on the back of a bike, but I don't think I can control.
You can do it.
No, I like to talk too much, and you got to concentrate. You can't do both when you're on the motorcycle.
No, not at all. Not at all. But it's not a bad thing. And we've enjoyed some good rides, because when you get a chance to get into the motorcycle world, it's amazing who you meet and how you meet those people. Because I would say what you think of as a stereotypical biker, looking all rough and grungy or whatever, that's probably the nicest person you ever want to meet.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yes.
And you have that one thing in common, that you ride. And that one thing breaks down all those barriers, so that you can make a new friend, and then you can bring that friend into your way of thinking, if possible. Most of the time. And that's how we do. We try to help other clubs out as much as we possibly can.
Approximately how many other clubs are there affiliated with you that's doing what y'all are doing, and that is picking back off of y'all idea,
Well, gosh, that's a lot. It's a lot.
Well,
yeah.
Gosh. And just to name a few.
Well, I'm almost afraid to start naming, because
we
get somebody. But I'll tell you what we did as far as the biker world to bring us together, and I'm going to bring it back actually. What JAG did is on Monday nights from April to February of every year, just kind of a running calendar, and we stopped in February and waited till next April. We had a bike night. I think I talked to you a little bit about that.
Y'all bike night is actually tonight, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're supporting everybody. Yeah, we're supporting everybody right now.
We're just going here and there.
But what we did in our bike nights is we made a place where bikers could go and be at peace with each other.
Oh. Okay.
And that was the main thing. Our bike nights used to be held over in Chesterfield on Midlothian Turnpike at the Mi Hacienda restaurant. We did that, for probably 3 years. And what it provided was a place for bikers to come out, hang, network. We had the pool tables, we had the DJ, we had the dance floors, we had great food and drinks if you want, and our own little drink called a Jagarita. We actually had our own menu actually there. And what it did, and other bikers have talked to us about that, it brought consistency for one thing, and it brought a place that they could know they could come and be at peace and ride, and that could actually promoted more friendship between the clubs. And even starting back then, some of our biggest supporters were Feral Souls. They supported us greatly for our first bike blessing. And even some of our members who have left the club have gone there. Twice as nice as a nice group. I hope anyone out there is looking, all the clubs that know us, please
haven't
forgive me.
forgotten
We haven't forgotten anyone. It's just a lot of
Everybody.
it's just a lot of them. Our newest friends are the Wolf Spotters,
Okay.
MC.
Yes.
They're a club that we found on a humbug, so to speak. They were in the midst of forming when we found them, and we helped them to come into the biker world in the proper manner. And through our 804 Council, which is the council of bikers in this area.
And they came in great.
They
They
did.
came in strong.
That is great.
And they're the ones that actually even invited us over to the Fairfield Commons Tenant
Oh,
Association
okay.
when you met us.
Assisted with them.
Okay.
Because we said you have to work if you're going to come into the biker world. You can't just ride and party. You got to work,
gotta
especially if you're
work.
going to talk about being associated with JAG in any manner, even as our friends.
That's great.
You know, so we meant that.
did that thing.
Yeah, we did.
Now I'm being distracted by these badges.
Okay.
No, Jack.
Okay.
It's
So,
always say it
okay.
has a story.
Yeah, I mean
Well,
the badges.
Badges.
Yeah, what is it?
There's a story behind each badge. Okay.
Okay, we got time.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Well, if you look on a biker's vest,
Mm-hmm.
usually it talks about a couple of different things. It talks about his mindset,
Mm-hmm.
it talks about where he's been, and it talks about some of his philosophies. Okay, and I'll just be nice and just kind of break down this particular vest. With this one, of course, from the top of it talks about JAG for life. It's a badging that we give certain members in our club. Everyone that doesn't have it. But if you have a JAG for Life badge, it means that you're in the club through thick and thin and have been through some things with the club and still stayed. Okay? The mother chapter just simply represents that we are the first chapter of JAG. There are 3 chapters, a Tidewater chapter and another chapter called, good Lord, that's terrible, isn't
The
it?
Tidewater.
Yeah.
Tri-Cities.
Tri-Cities chapter.
Yes.
Gosh. But anyway, we're the original chapter. And so everyone who wants to form a chapter of JAG has to come through us first.
Okay.
And we have to give them permission in order to form that chapter. These badgings talk about where I've been. I talk about my trips to Myrtle Beach and been to different clubs. And then down here's a philosophy. I always say ride hard or stay home, basically, meaning that you should ride hard. Now, on this side of my vest, it talks about my memberships. This is, in particular, in my heart, is my fraternity, which is Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, which really helped me develop a lot of my community outreach because we do so many things to Omega, which I'm still a member of the chapter here of Phi Phi, which is right on Chamberlain, our house. Down here, which I love, is my way of life, motorcycles and Jesus. So again, it talks about my philosophy and what I believe, because I do believe in motorcycles, but Jesus and God has to be in it. That's the only way we're going to survive out here on these twos.
That is true.
You know, and of course, my favorite: never ride any faster than your guardian angel can travel and follow you.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
nice.
absolutely.
I like that.
And of course, working for God doesn't pay much, but it has a great retirement plan.
It sure is. I agree with you on that one.
And something we all believe in. I am my brother's keeper, which is again a philosophy. Right, and sisters and keeper. So you have to think about that. And even with her vest, this is one of her lightly patched
Your
vests.
lightly
Yeah.
vest.
Yeah, this is lightly
It's
patched.
my
Different from a dress vest.
Exactly. Yeah,
Hang out
exactly.
vest.
Exactly.
So what are some of your East Coast? I don't got my glasses on.
Let's see. This was the East Coast. This is the rally that we went
Right,
to, right?
let's
That
go
was-
back around.
Yes. And this was one of the Myrtle Beaches.
Right.
And actually, this was one of our sickle cell pins. As we rode, we got a pin when we registered and everything. And this was given to me. Keeping it real, as usual. Everything with me has to be straight up.
Okay.
I don't want it in between. No shade. I want it straight up. So
All right.
keeping it real. Then I say my bike is my psychiatrist, and loud pipes saves lives. And I actually just recently had loud pipes put on my bike because it was like a
Quiet.
Yeah, very quiet.
so I wanted it a little louder. So we had that done, and this is my position, the executive secretary. Give respect, get respect, and I'm riding a Honda Cruiser, and that's it for right now.
For on display.
Now, as far as one of the things, the sickle cell, because right now I'm dealing with, I have a patient who actually has sickle cell.
Okay.
And my youngest daughter's, her baby sister is now in the hospital dealing with sickle cell. Could you give like some kind of information about what the sickle cell, y'all organization, other than how do the educational part come in and all that stuff with your sickle cell?
Well, gosh, Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Sylvia from the Ladies of Elegance would be a better speaker on that because she's really organized with that. With us, we handle the ride part of the sickle cell anemia. And but what got me in particular interested in it is I had a friend of mine who's got married, and his wife had sickle cell anemia that he married. Well, the thing that hit me the most was that he got married in, gosh, I can't remember the year now, but he got married 1 year, and I was actually one of his groomsmen. The next year, his wife died, and I was one of her pallbearers. And so that particular cause hit close to me. It hit very close, and we've been involved with the sickle cell anemia ride since then because we think it's important to find a cure, because it's if possible. You know, there are many treatments, but you know, the lifespan of sickle cell anemia victims have increased over the years, but it's still a dreaded disease that hits the Black community more so than any other community at this time.
Yes, I've been a lot of people during the process of doing my shows. I've come in contact with a lot of different elements that attack the Black community more so than any other, like AIDS and bipolar, which people keep hush hush. You know, I did a series on that because I suffer with bipolar, which most people be like, wow. But it is a disease. I mean, an illness that you can live with and you can't control.
And it's good to also bring it out. Because once, you know, the people that are suffering with it and you see other people bring it out, it's easy for them to deal with it. They feel like they're not alone.
Exactly, and that was my point when I do it, because doing my book, like I said, all my shows are dedicated towards my book, Life After the Pain. Life After the Pain is a novel that I wrote about my marriage and how living in denial of bipolar, how all of that turmoil caused a kind of triple ripple effect in my marriage. They kind of like tore it apart like completely. And you know, God is the restorer of all things. So
absolutely.
But it tells my journey through that. And you know, when you live in denial of things, it actually is worse than actually coming face to face with your disease, and it hurts a lot of other people in the process.
It does indeed.
You know, so this what this book is about. It's about being open and honest, not only with yourself but with the other people you will be, because God knows all.
Yes, He does.
You know, God knows all. So you're only fooling yourself when you're thinking that, you know, oh, you can hide this forever, because it's all going to come out. And I've just been blessed through the book, and a lot of other people who've read the book has told me that it's helped them, and it's really kind of like a relationship. So things like, it's always about being honest.
Right.
You know, being honest, putting God first, and letting God do what He has to do in our lives so that we can be the people that He created us to be.
And that is definitely our belief, absolutely, because that's the only way it's going to work out in life.
Right.
With all things that you do.
With all things, you know, you have to, you know, put that word first.
That's right. That's right. That's why we started where we started. You know. And again, our whole thing was also to create friendships along the line. You know, that's the whole thing.
Bring it all together, because we all work. We all Christians, and we're all going for the greater cause. You know, we're fighting for the same fight and everything. So why not just do it hand in hand and peacefully? Right. You know, because like it all comes together in the end, according to God's plan. You know, so that's what we try to strive for. Even though I brought y'all here to talk about y'all motorcycle group and everything, what about individually? I mean, what do y'all do outside of JAG?
Wow.
Still busy.
Yeah, still busy. Exactly.
I'm in school right now at Bryant Stratton. I have another semester to go, and I'll have my associates. And actually, as I go into my next semester, I'm starting my bachelor section of it. And then also I have been injured, so I had surgery, haven't been back to work. But in another 2 weeks, I'll be starting a new job, which actually coexists with my training at school. So I'm excited about that.
That's great.
And other than that, I just really just try to live a humble, peaceful life. I just want to enjoy life and get through school and enjoy family. So.
And what are you taking in school?
Medical assistant associate.
Oh, wow.
Yes. It's
welcome to the medical field.
Yes,
because I've been doing.
Oh my God, I've been in it forever. Yes, but I decided to do the administrative side. But when I finish with that part, I'm going to go back and get my RN so that I can actually, if I want to come off the administrative side, I can kind of like go onto the floor and actually do work. I don't
Yeah.
want to be just a person sit behind a desk.
Right.
I do want to deal with patients. I love it.
That's a good thing. That's a good
Yes.
thing. But medical, because see, I'm in the medical field
Oh,
too. I've been
great.
doing that, and you know what? And I think the way you're doing it is the smart way, because I try to tell people. A lot of people come out and say, "Oh, I want to do nursing," and go straight into nursing without taking that step, and get overwhelmed.
It does.
It
So
gets very
that's why I was like,
overwhelming.
it's been baby steps, but I had to get my kids grown and in school and out. And
I know that's
I had to
right.
do all that first. So I always tell everybody, so now it's my turn. So, yes.
Yep. Okay, Randy, what do you do outside of JAG?
Okay. Well, I actually have taken a change of career, believe it or not. I've been in corporate America forever. I worked for Capital One for years upon years, from 1999 to 2012, actually. And so I've done that, worked with Genworth Corporation or Financial Group, and even First Investors Corporation. So what I've dealt with over the last couple of years are 2 layoffs in 5 years from corporate America. So I actually just finished school for CDL. Actually learned how to
okay.
drive tractor trailers.
That should be easy. You drive a bike.
It's not easy. It's totally different. It is totally different.
Yeah.
So I'm actually getting ready to start a new job myself at the end of this month. I have actually 3 job offers, so I'm trying to decide which one to go with at this
So you'll be
point.
hitting the highways.
I'll be hitting the highways
With more wheels than 2 this
with
time.
18 instead of 2. Okay.
Okay.
So we're excited about that because it's my way of thinking outside the box. Because I certainly could go back into corporate America and work within some other company, but I just said, you know what? I'm getting older now. I said maybe it's time for me to start doing some things that I like, and I've always loved traveling, and I've learned I love meeting new people, and I love being my own boss. So this is my way of taking control of my own destiny, because I have 2 boys myself, and one's getting ready to go to college, not this year, but next year. So I have to make sure everything is in order for him as well.
Okay.
And so we're going to make sure everything moves forward in a positive manner.
That's a blessing. Wow. Y'all are active.
Busy.
And they think I stay busy.
Uh-huh.
No, that's nothing.
Absolutely.
So we're going to take a brief break.
Okay.
We're going to go back and replay our video.
Okay.
And hopefully the phone lines are still open. So when we come back, maybe we'll have someone that is tuning in. They can call. Join us back again in about 5 minutes on the lounge. I'm your host, Felicia Harding, and my guest, the JAG Motorcycle Club. Not
There you
gang,
go.
Club. All right. So, and there. So anyway, so
Okay.
I am so glad y'all are here. This
No
thank
problem.
you.
No problem.
They go,
We're very
Well,
glad you asked us to come.
I'm
It's
glad
not
I
very
came to
it's
the
not very often we get a chance to get
community.
our message out.
Yes,
You know.
because when I came out to I think it's something that needs to be out. I think it need to be, people need to know what people are doing
'Cause
out for our
especially now,
communities.
and a lot of people, like I said, they actually get it, kind of confused as who are the gangs and who are the
Clubs.
and just like when you speak it's innocent because, I grew up if I saw a group of motorcycle people, it was a gang, so now, being in the MC world, I can understand the difference between
difference.
us being in a club and being in a gang.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, but we, try to keep it positive. Yes.
So, yes, yeah. I think they forgot.
Oh wow. Okay, that's fine.
Hey,
No problem.
there they go.
It's brought you from. You don't really understand it. They don't know your story.
don't know my story.
You don't know
The things
You don't know the things that I've come through.
you cannot imagine
Cannot imagine
pain, the trial.
the pain, the trials I've had to endure.
You don't know.
You don't know my story. You don't know the day he said.
at my lowest point.
Cannot imagine the strongholds and the walls that separate.
God has been faithful.
God has been faithful to me.
He promised.
Promised he would never leave me.
My story.
My story
story. Say it, LaJune.
You don't know my story, the anguish and the guilt that consume me. Grateful I can tell it, for no more shall the shackles condemn me. You don't know my story,
You just don't know.
for if you did, you would lift up your hands. So just let me tell you, the faith you may as well break out and dance.
I love this about God because even though I'm not perfect,
He would never leave.
My story
Proves that God can
in my deliverance, what I want to share is my testimony. Somebody needs to know my story.
it would blow your mind.
Can I get a witness?
You don't know
My story.
my story.
And it's through my testimony that I overcome. I've been delivered. I've been set free. Now I have a testimony. God's favor. Whoa. Love. That's right. Say it, LaJune. God, you'll never leave me.
He won't forsake me.
Listen, I want you to know that.
Here's my story.
Life and favor. Thank you for bringing me out.
You don't know.
You think you know, but let me tell it. Life and favor.
Upon me.
God, thank you for your mercy.
God of mercy.
And you love me. Life and favor.
Favor upon me.
Oh, how wondrous.
Oh, how wondrous.
God is my soul. Life and favor. You wouldn't believe my real testimony. Can't imagine. Some people, they walked out on me and they gave up on me, said I wouldn't make it.
Hello, welcome back to the lounge. I'm your host, Felicia Harding Williams, and my guests, the JAG and Randy and Tina. Am I right?
You're right.
And now we have a few more minutes, and we were like, Randy is going to give us some more details about some upcoming events that's getting ready to happen with the JAG Motor Club. So I keep to remind myself it's club before I slip and say gang.
Okay, thank you. Well, a couple of things are coming up. We are doing a back to school drive in the month of August that we'll use again to fund school supplies for Bouchard Middle School. We're going to go back in and feed the hungry in October, as a matter of fact. We're actually going back into September to Monroe Park, but it's the National Feed the Hungry program that's going on in October, and so October is our month to feed the hungry. So we're going to be doing several different things during that month to feed the hungry and help the hungry. And in Monroe Park, we may even use my church as one venue for that. Of course, Thanksgiving's coming up. So we're going to do Thanksgiving baskets. Usually we do 2 to 3 families a year for Thanksgiving, which we get through the Richmond and Chesterfield Social Service Department, as well as the Angel Tree. We usually have 5 families during the Christmas time for the Angel Tree program. More if we can. It just depends on how our funds are running at that point. Like I said, we give all that we can to charity. And to make a difference. So those are just a couple of the upcoming events that are coming. There'll be more because we're always being asked to do certain things, and we're always looking for other projects to do. We never stop looking for projects. So anyone out there who has a project they'd like us to get involved in, we'd be more than happy to join you. As long as it's a worthy project, we will be more than happy to be there.
I might have a project I want y'all to get into too, because
no
like I said,
problem.
I just took over the youth ministry down there in Petersburg, so that would be a great, because we're trying to reestablish the youth department.
Right.
So that would be I'll be contacting you
Sure.
sooner than later.
Okay, no problem.
Yes.
No problem.
I was going to say something, but I lost my train of thought. We was talking about on the break, before the break, the little incident that.
Oh, down in Waco?
Yeah, down
Right.
in Waco.
With the,
could you-
sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess that's one of those things that gives us a bad view on the biking world when people get together and don't act accordingly.
Yeah.
Okay, and Waco is just one of those situations where several clubs who actually hang out in that area all the time, but they're not necessarily friendly.
Oh.
Okay, and when those clubs got together, too many clubs that weren't friends got together and caused that big blow up in Waco. Again, what we try to do here in this area at 805 as well as 757 and so forth is to promote clubs getting together and being positive and having unity.
Yes.
Okay,
And
and it's
having
something that we
mutual.
strive for.
That
That's
mutual
why
respect.
and mutual respect. And even with clubs on all sides, as we call it, we try to stay friends with everyone.
Yes.
Right.
You know, there's no sides, there's no clubs out there that we don't like. You know, be it in the quote unquote 1% or outlaw biker world versus our 99% as we call it over here. We like everybody. And so we always try to promote that friendship. And that seems to be something that works out very well. You know, we always say stay in your lane, but what most people don't understand with motorcycle protocol is that it's all about respect. Okay, that's why I have it on one of my vests as well. You give respect, you get respect. You don't have to be buddy-buddy with everybody, but you do have to give them respect
respect each
them.
other.
Right.
And just respect that. And that's something that we also teach within our club, is to respect each other. Because we've often gone through our club and kind of gotten rid of the element that would not be in the like mind of thinking that JAG should be in. And
Yeah,
give them
sometimes-
respect.
yeah,
And I think it's something
sometimes
the
you
kids have to
clean
learn
house.
too.
Yes.
You know, I was going to say the same thing. That's what that's one of the things I try to instill in the youth that I do come in contact with. You know, if you want respect, then you have to give it because
Yes.
respect is earned.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And some people have the tendency to think because I'm grown and I'm this and I'm that, oh, you're going to get, no, you have to earn the respect.
yes.
And
Yes,
again, like I said, young people are stereotyped. And I truly believe if they were given more respect, they would give more respect.
Right.
I believe
If their
that.
opinions were listened to more often and taken into account, they
Right.
would act a lot better
Accordingly.
and listen a lot more. You know, so
Yes.
like I said, I'm always an advocate for youth and anything that's involved with the youth, especially youth that come from single parent homes. I came from a single parent home. I grew up in the projects, as you see. You know, so I know what that lifestyle is about, and I know how hard and difficult it is when you're growing up because people have a tendency to stereotype you automatically because
Automatically.
you're from the projects.
Yeah.
You know, so you already got a label, you know, that you got to come over top
that.
of, along with every other thing else that you have to deal with life. And like I said, I applaud y'all, and I am so thankful for groups like y'all that come into those neighborhoods, you know, and help the youth of the day because they're needed, you know. And I wish more groups would go into other communities. You know, Firefield is blessed. They,
Yes.
for one, God is walking all through. They have always been a blessed community. Even when I was young, Fairfield has always been blessed. The parents are more in tune. The parents are more involved.
Wow, awesome.
You know,
Great.
they are more involved in than other areas.
Areas,
Yeah.
yes.
So that's why their outreach is so much. You know, it's so peaceful and giving and forthcoming. You know, but I just wish and pray that it would extend into the others
Yes.
soon.
Well, we'll work on it.
Yeah.
We'll do our little part of it.
Yeah.
With Tedeschi.
Yeah, with the
But
Boys and
we
Girls
had
Club.
Different areas.
Right.
of,
Yeah.
We had all the areas that day.
community. What was
Now, Clayton Court is coming up.
Yeah, Clayton
They're
Court's getting better.
slowly, they're getting better because
Yes.
they one time.
They were rough.
Yeah, but
So
Clayton
it was an
Court is
eye-opener
getting
for
better.
me.
when we took that ride? That was a
That was
lot.
definitely.
Yeah.
We went to every community at that point. So
So we have is there anything else y'all might want to, now, and how can people get in contact with JAG?
wow. Come out on the biker scene and see us. Well, we do have a post office box.
Okay.
That if you want to reach us, I can say it what it is. It's P.O. Box 75250 in North Chesterfield, Virginia, 23236. So that you can reach us through that manner. I hate to put my number out there, to be honest with you, because I have so many people call. We have a Facebook page. Please go there.
What we'll do, I think I have my business card with me.
Okay.
And I think you have one. We'll leave you the card.
Right, and I post all your information on my website and
that'll
on my
Perfect.
Facebook page and Twitter page. So it'll
Yes.
go, so if anybody is interested in contacting the JAG, to have them come out and talk to your youth or in your community or anywhere, please contact them. They are willing Christian
Absolutely.
people that want to help, and it doesn't hurt to actually donate to their cause, because they're actually trying to help the community and help our youth get into a better way of life. So even though they're not ones to ask for, but all donations help. All every little bit helps because
Absolutely.
it's going to our youth.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we greatly appreciate it, and I thank y'all for coming. And I'm
It's
so
our pleasure.
glad I came to the community fair.
Yes, it's our pleasure.
Thank you.
Yes, I mean, y'all are y'all are truly blessed people, and
Thank you.
God is going to really bless y'all for all the things that y'all do in the community.
Thank you.
And I truly believe that your motorcycle club is actually going to go where it want to go.
Well, we're going to try
It's
to be a
gonna
premier
stand
club
across
out
the
there.
world.
That's for sure.
Yes, it's gonna
Yeah.
make sense.
And if you really want to see us also, we did adopt a highway.
Oh, yeah?
That's on Glenside and Drive. It runs from Broad Street to Staples Mill.
Okay.
Actually, on Staples Mill, you'll see our name up there, Adopt a Highway, Jules and Gents. That's there.
Okay.
So you can see us there if you want to also.
I sure will.
Okay.
So again, thank y'all for tuning into the lounge. My name is Felicia Harding Williams. I'm your host, and this is my guest, the JAG, Tina and Randy. And again, like I said, if you want to get in contact with JAG, I will be putting that information up on my Facebook page, Twitter page, my website. Any multimedia out there, I will be listing that information for you, and I will be sharing with a lot of my friends and a lot of other organizations that are available in the Richmond area. Like I said, this episode of The Lounge is dedicated to all nonprofit organizations that's out here that's helping to build our youth. Because that's what it's all about, because the youth are our future, and we need to put as much power and energy into them as possible. So I thank y'all for tuning in, and y'all have a blessed and perfect day for the rest of the day. God bless you.